We cannot ignore our thoughts, behaviours and beliefs when it comes to weight loss. Our minds, they're the elephant in the room. Specifically, there are two areas to talk about here. The first is what happened to us in our past, and the second is how we are in the present. In the 1980s, the dropout rate of people at the Kaiser Permanente Obesity Clinic in San Diego in California was about 50%, despite those people actually losing weight in the program. Vincent Felitti, the head of the Kaiser Permanente Department of Preventative Medicine, conducted interviews with those people who'd left the programs and discovered that a majority of those 286 people he interviewed had experienced some sort of childhood sexual abuse, which is obviously awful. One of these people said when she started to lose weight, a man tried to chat her up. Whilst to many this may be flattering, to her it was threatening. She was sexually abused as a child, so being overweight meant she was overlooked. It was a protection to her. So to her and to many more, I suspect being overweight is a way the body and mind protects itself. And not just from sexual abuse, but from all kinds of physical and emotional trauma. Hence, if you're going to successfully lose weight, and there is an emotional or psychological component to your weight, will it work just focusing on your food calories? If you're struggling to lose weight, it may be important to look at this area to help you address those underlying issues or a sense of fear or whatever it is playing under there. That does not mean you have to go back to the past and revisit it, but it may just mean seeing a health professional, someone who's trained, to help you build up a sense of confidence, safety and security in the present. So that's our past, but what about the present moment? It's important to note that stress and certain emotional states can contribute to your weight. If you feel unhappy or frequently low, then of course you're going to seek pleasure, even if it's bad for you in the medium to long term. So the question might be, what pain are you trying to fix? In a way, you're self-medicating. You're giving yourself an upper, a bit of food or a TV show or whatever it is, just to make you feel good just for a bit. If you're trying to give yourself a moment's disconnection, a moment of peace, a moment of pleasure, or a moment of calmness or something, just a moment. However, this is short-lived, and the suffering we're trying to get away from, it will come back, and sometimes the suffering will be even worse because of the consequences from self-medicating behaviors that we were doing, like smoking or eating, chips or something. So it can be important to look at the underlying roots of the pain and seek a more complete resolution. Sometimes life is stressful. In fact, at some point it's guaranteed to be stressful. It's inevitable that bad things will happen, but it seems, sadly, that bad things happen more for some than for others. So it comes down to how many ways we've learned to deal with this stress and manage these underlying emotional challenges. Therefore, we need to focus on developing new coping skills so we don't need to rely on these destructive behaviors. And this is where counsellors and psychologists can be really helpful. So don't be embarrassed about that. Don't feel like you failed. It's good and normal to need help every now and then. Everyone does. I say this many times throughout the course, but humans evolved in tribes. We evolved to be around others, to be helped by others, and to help others. So don't worry about that. If you need help, go find it.